Hey, my beautiful mamas, how are you? Oh, I've missed you. This is the first live together for this whole year. I have missed you. I have missed you. I have missed you. It's so good to see you. And you will hear from my voice that I am hopefully on the back end of a little bit of bronchitis. So as I go through the breathwork session today, if I need to put you on mute, it is because I am hocking up a lung. But I am doing much, much better. So that's why I had to, anyway, that's why we're here. Yeah. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Throw up in the chat, if you would, where you are. What time zone are you in? Am I saying good morning? Am I saying good afternoon? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's so good to see you. All right. While you are doing that and we're gathering here together, I want to say thank you so much for being on this journey with me. We have been raising our families together for a long time, many of you, and you will start to notice some changes. So many of you know, and I have worked with many of you, that we have really kind of morphed into more of paying attention to you as a mom, you as a human being, rather than what we had been doing initially, which was focusing on the kids. It is time to shift. It is time to really, really focus on you and the loving, the nurturing, and the leading that you are doing with your families. So as we have been growing our families together, it's just a natural progression. It's time to move into the next chapter. So you'll see that now, instead of the Essential Parenting Program, instead of I Shine Bright, you'll now see me branded as With Love, Jenny Warner. So it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter. It's how I'm organizing and systematizing in my mind. But primarily, what we are going to be doing together now is really spending time on you. When you and I, as a mom, are taking care of ourself in the best way, living from our heart, making decisions from our heart, it emanates not only to our partners, but to our kids and to everyone that we touch, and the ripple beyond that. So when our kids are influenced by how we live our lives, from our own values, from our own emotional intelligence, from our own body awareness, and all of the decisions that we make, the resilience that we have, the perspectives that we are able to bring in, that just continues to radiate and emanate out. And so by you really embodying this for yourself, it automatically influences and affects those around you. And so that's why I think that we have seen such a huge transition from the awareness that we have been given over the last 5 years to see what really is important. And so, thus, here we are today. Life is an evolution. We are all about change. We embrace change, especially here in this community. You guys are so open. You're curious. You want to do better. You want to do more. You want more from your life. You want more for, for your family's lives. And that is what I love about you so much. And so, we're going to be doing a lot more with our bodies because our bodies are such an incredible gateway of wisdom. All of our emotions are stored within our body, within the organs, within the tissues, within the muscles, within the joints, within our brains. And being able to tap into those instead of ignore them is so huge because then we can actually address what it is that they're trying to say. I'm going to keep drinking so I don't cough. And so a lot of what we're going to be doing together is going to involve moving your body. It's going to involve the breath work. We've done a little bit of this with some of the nervous system regulation techniques that we have done in the past, but we're taking it to a whole new level on a go-forward basis. And you are going to find from people that I've been working with one-on-one, from all of the work that I've been doing for myself over the last few years, it is such a, and I know it sounds very cliche, but it is a game changer. When you can understand more of why you have the patterns that you do, why you're triggered by the things that trigger you, why you are influenced by the things that influenced you, um, and why you attract the same type of relationships and circumstances over and over and over again, you get to know thyself. And with that knowledge comes freedom. So instead of having the same cycles perpetuated in different ways, it might look a little bit different this time, and it might look a little bit that different that time, but it's still going to trigger you, affect you, whatever, just going to continue on. And we deserve better. And our bodies are telling us, hey, look at me. It's like this little dye that is put into that organ so that it wants you to pay attention to it, so that it can be seen and heard and acknowledged. And then we can release it with love and say, oh, that's what that was all about. Damn. And that happened way back then and way back then and way back then. Oh my God. And all of these things that have happened in my life have been because of that. And had I known way back then, I wouldn't have had to go through these things, but I have, and now I know more. And then to be able to teach our kids how to do that so that they don't have to have the same mistakes, the same obstacles, that they will have more wisdom to be better discerning in their choices. That is a legacy. That is a gift that we can give that will continue forward for generations and generations and generations. Mm-hmm. That is my new mission. That is what I am all about. So while we are here today in this power half hour, I want to first, we'll just tap into our bodies. And then this month I have dubbed Emotional Mastery. So February, typically it's when things start really kind of getting into gear. January is still a bit chaotic. We're coming off of the holidays. There's all of the angst and shoulds of setting New Year's resolutions and making a plan for the year and da 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 da. And it's a little chaotic. And once we get into February, it's okay. It's winter. Chaos is calming down a little bit, or I can at least poke my head up from the chaos. Valentine's Day, okay, it feels a little calmer. It feels a little more smoothing. And with that more stable of an environment, that's when we can tap more into our emotions, the present moment, and thus emotional mastery. And I say that emotional mastery. Are we really ever the master? Of our emotions? Well, we can shoot for that, right? It's good to have a goal. So what I want to do is we're going to move our bodies a little bit. We are going to get the energy moving around. We're going to do a little breath work. We are going to do some questions. And then I am going to let you go out into the world and embrace your beautiful emotions. All right, so I'm going to put a little music on. We're going to tap it out by just tapping into our bodies. All right. There we go. Let me know if you can hear that. Thumbs up. Cool. All right. And let's start just rubbing palms, putting the outside world on mute. It'll be there. This is for you. Put those palms together in front of that beautiful heart. You might feel the heat from the friction that you created rubbing them together. You might feel the pulse between your palms, that energy. You might even feel your heart beating, just coming into our body. Feel your sits bones on the chair or on the ground, whatever you're sitting on. Or if you're standing, feel your feet firmly on the earth. A beautiful, perfect, nurturing Mother Earth. The mother like no other. Feel like you're sitting in her lap. Feel the calmness. Feel the confidence that she has. And as you rest here in this place, releasing all of the weight from your shoulders, just very gently start to rock, move your neck, your shoulders to really loosen up. You can release your hands. Take some good deep inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. When you exhale, breathe out and pull your belly in. It's like wringing it. When you breathe in, expand the lungs like a bellows. Out. Little detox right here, midday detox. With each exhale, you're relaxing a little bit more. This is your sacred space. Bring your arms up next time to create a little more space. We'll do that a few times. Each additional time, take them a little higher. Expand a little more. Super gentle, still with the relaxed jaw and the relaxed neck. And on this third one, with the arms upstretched, touch them together and pretend as though there is a sheet that you are now bringing down, or a beautiful energy blanket that you're bringing down around you. Breathing comfortably as you do so. And this is your Viracocha. This is your own protective energetic bubble. And you are held. And in this private, sacred space that you've just created for yourself, the only thing allowed in this space is pure, unconditional love. Anything that is not of that energy must be released now and forever with love. Returning it to Mother Earth to be alchemized. Returning it to the light. Returning it to know love. And as you are surrounded in your own perfect sacred space filled with unconditional love, let's move your energy. If you're sitting and are able to stand, I invite you to stand. That was easy. My that was easy button, which isn't even anywhere near me, but here we go. All right, let's just gently tap on your knees forward. Dust it off, cross crawl. Crossing the energetic hemispheres of our brain, allowing our right brain to connect with our left brain, the creative and the intuitive, with the masculine, structural, organizational. Dust that off. Beautiful. And go ahead and sit down. Let's go ahead and start with a beautiful cleansing breath. I'm going to talk you through it. I will put you on mute as I do it in case I cough. But we're going to just do a very simple, relaxing, confidence building, stress releasing breath. So it's a 4, 6, 8. So we're going to inhale through your nose for 4, hold for 6, or as many as comfortable, and then release out the mouth with a, like you're blowing out a candle, for 8. I'm going to put you, oh, if I put you on hold, then you can't hear the music, but we're fine. Okay, inhale through 4. Hold for 6. Exhale for 8. And repeat. As you're exhaling, just visualize the emotional tension leaving your body. As you inhale, you're inhaling that beautiful unconditional love in that sacred Viracocha, your sacred space. In the hold sequence, you're expanding and you're letting your cells be informed that you are filled and surrounded with unconditional love. Releasing what no longer serves. Releasing the tension. Releasing the outside world and its hold. Inhaling love, understanding, compassion, and peace. Expanding silence, stillness, tranquility, serene, calm. Release. 2 more. One. Really feel the space, just the emptiness, just the void, just the magic within that nothingness. Nothing to be afraid of. It's actually beautiful. And then release anything that is not the pure truth of who you are. Beautiful. And now I invite you to share, if you'd like, what feels different just in those few minutes. It is palpable. I feel it amongst you. I see it on your faces, just the calm. I know. I feel 5 years younger. Yep. I know. I know. It is amazing, isn't it? Just the breath. Just the breath. It's so good. All right. We're going to do some journal prompting here just for a couple of minutes. I said that this is going to be confidence building. And so, in the context of know thyself, I would love for you to tap into your emotional intelligence. And I want you to think about recently, and maybe it's even through this breath work and what you might have released, write down 3 different emotions that you have experienced very recently. Could be both positive, challenging. Just note those emotions. Great. And if you can trace back what triggered those emotions, again, positive, negative, challenging. You might have to do a little bit of digging. I mean, literally, what I do sometimes is like rewind the movie a little bit in my mind. And it could be back before that emotion was even triggered. So, as an example, I had a great night's sleep last night, but I could not wake up today. I did snooze twice. Even then, I was like, oh my God, it is only Thursday. I really do need to get out of bed today. And so I was like walking around in a daze. And then when the dog would not get in the car to go to school, I was so incredibly frustrated and angry, which then made me frustrated and angry about having to be up, which made me then frustrated and angry about having this stupid bronchitis, which then triggers a body reaction. So that frustration and anger I could trace back. By the same token, you might be triggered in a positive way or feel the emotion of excitement or anticipation for Valentine's Day coming up and something that you have planned. And then take it to the next step and from an emotional intelligence perspective and notice where you feel it in your body. There is no formula. It is different for each of us, so there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just a noticing. It's just coming into your body and noticing, where do you feel it in your body? And what does it feel like? Is it a heavy feeling? Is it a light, fluttery feeling? Is it a contraction? Is it an expansion? Get real descriptive with the feeling of that emotion. If anybody wants to share, feel free. Yeah. I mean, this is emotional intelligence. And we talk to our kids about this when they're little, but then we kind of stop talking about it. And then when we're not talking to them about it, we lose touch with it. But when we really do tap into that incredible infinite wisdom, the soul and the heart actually inform the mind. It's not the other way around. So many times we think, yeah, continue on. Yes, please, continue on. And you can just listen along. But so many times we think that the mind is running the show. And this morning, as I was thinking about our chat today, I was thinking of the Men in Black movie where there's the little alien who's driving. He's a little green man that's sitting in the body, the host body, um, and he's sitting in the mind. But the mind is actually like a computer that we program. The mind and our thoughts are all based on things that we have taught them or that they have been programmed from the past. So when we are using our imagination, we're using, yes, information that is informed from the past, but we're also being creative. And that is what comes from the heart. The heart is what actually sets the tone for how the heart beats. So the regulation of your nervous system, the regulation of your pulse, the regulation of your breath, and therefore the functions of your body. The mind then just responds. The mind is I like to think of it as the soul is like the grandmother with the infinite wisdom, all of the spacious awareness and knowing, the unconditional love, the fullest of the unconditional love. The heart is like the mother because the mother is still having to be the leader in the present moment here and now. There are still things that need to be done. There are still, you can't live in the future. You can't live in the dream all the time. There are still things that need to be done. The heart is leading. And then the mind is a little bit like the 11, 12-year-old teenage girl where it wants to be right, it wants to be in control, it wants to have the attention. And so we really need to be able to tap into the emotions, which are the feelings, which do come from the heart informing the mind, to know what is it that the body is trying to tell us? What is it that our feelings are trying to tell us? What needs to be seen and heard? What needs attention? And what can I be grateful for and appreciative of? It's not always looking for what's wrong. It's what also is what's right. Yeah, yeah. So in our last moments, pulling this all together from this quick little exercise, noticing the emotions, noticing what triggered it, noticing how it made you feel and where you feel it in your body. What now? What did you learn about yourself? What did this exercise teach you about yourself? And this I would love if anybody wants to share. This is the perfect time to share because we can all learn from each other. It taught me that I need to listen to my body. Mhm. It taught me that my body is always talking to me. Yep. I actually pay attention to my body. Good. Ah, it's not always looking for what's wrong. Yep. Beautiful. 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 Well, I hoped that this helped to build your confidence a little bit, help you feel more calm, help you feel more centered, and from this centered position, you can continue to go about your day and feel more confident in the strength that you have in the guiding principles that your body is sharing with you and that your heart and your soul are sharing with you. And that things from the past don't have to be, we don't have to stare. We can look back, we can learn, but we don't have to stare. We don't have to be stuck in the past. We can take the information that we have been given and use that as a springboard to help inform us on how to respond differently going forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So good to see everybody. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your breath work. Thank you for the light that you are shining in your own life, in your family's life, and in the world. It does make it a much brighter, better place. We are going to be doing these on a more regular basis. Also, if anybody is interested, I've got an 8-week group coaching program coming up starting on the 27th of February. It's going to be 8 weeks. It's going to be the first time we're doing the group coaching for the Brilliant Mom Lifestyle. And we're going to go in depth. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to continue to talk about emotions, talk about your dreams, and your dreams in the context of what you want to do, your purpose, your life, what fills you up. But we're going to go deep, and it really is just transformational. It's what I've been doing with my one-on-one clients. It's how I've been living my life the last couple of years, and holy cow, what a difference. What a difference it makes. So if anybody's interested in the wait list, you can DM me or send me an email and I'll get you on that list. But we'll do an event. We'll do something next week. Probably we'll go into a little bit more depth about the program. And then I'm going to do a 2-day immersion the week of the 24th of February. I'm looking at my calendar. That's why I keep looking over there. So that you get a bit more of a flavor of what that will look like. Thank you, everybody. So good to see you. Much love. With love, Jenny Warner. See you soon.